My neighbor keeps stealing my packages, so I set a trap. Hey, Reddit. Buckle up because this story is about how I caught my thieving neighbor red-handed after weeks of stolen packages. It involves some good old-fashioned revenge, a bit of petty genius, and one very embarrassing police visit for him. The backstory. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood where people usually mind their business. I've been in this house for about 3 years, and for the most part, things have been fine until about 2 months ago when my packages started going missing. At first, I thought it was a delivery issue. I'd get a notification that my package was delivered, but when I checked my porch, nothing was there. I contacted the delivery companies, and they swore up and down that my packages were left at my doorstep. Then, I started noticing something weird. Every time my package disappeared, my next-door neighbor, Todd, would suddenly have a new Amazon box on his porch. Now, Todd is a mid-40s divorced guy who spends way too much time in his garage drinking beer and blasting 80s rock. He's the type of neighbor who complains about the damn kids playing outside but also throws loud parties every other weekend. We've always been on neutral terms, until this. I started keeping track of my missing packages, and in the span of a month, I lost a new set of noise-canceling headphones, a kitchen appliance I ordered for my mom, a box of clothes, a freaking dog bed. I don't even own a dog, it was a gift from my sister. At this point, I knew something was up. Either my delivery guy had a vendetta against me, or Todd was helping himself to my stuff. So, I decided to set a trap. The plan. I wanted to catch him red-handed, but I needed proof. I could have installed a security camera, but I wanted instant results. So, I got a little creative. Step 1, the fake package. I found an old Amazon box and stuffed it with a ton of glitter and a hidden GPS tracker. The glitter was my fun addition, because if Todd was stealing my stuff, I wanted him to suffer a little. The GPS tracker? That was my ace in the hole. Step 2, the bait. I slapped a fake shipping label on it and left it on my porch. Then, I waited. It took less than 4 hours. I was watching through my living room window when I saw Todd casually walk up, look around, and snatch the box like he was just picking up his own mail. Smooth, Todd. Real smooth. The confrontation. I tracked the GPS signal, and, big surprise, it led right to Todd's house. Instead of going straight to his front door, I decided to wait. I wanted to see how things would play out. About 20 minutes later, I heard a loud curse from next door, followed by the sound of a door slamming. Oh yeah, Todd just opened my glitter bomb. I walked outside just in time to see Todd storming out of his house, his hands and clothes absolutely covered in gold glitter. He looked like he lost a fight with a unicorn. I gave him my best innocent smile. Me, hey, Todd. Everything okay? Todd, gritting his teeth, you think you're funny? Me, what are you talking about? He opened his mouth like he was about to yell, but then he realized something. If he admitted what happened, he'd be confessing to stealing my package. So, instead, he just stormed back inside, muttering a bunch of words I can't repeat here. The fallout. At this point, I had 2 options. Call the police and show them the GPS proof. Let the glitter punishment be enough. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but Todd made the decision for me. The next day, I got a visit from the cops. Apparently, Todd had the absolute audacity to report me for harassment because of the glitter bomb. But here's where it gets even better. I calmly explained the situation to the officers and then pulled out my phone. Me, officer, I actually have proof of my stolen package. Here's the GPS tracker showing it went into Todd's house. The officer raised an eyebrow and asked Todd if he had the package. Todd, now looking like a deer in headlights, stammered out something about how he thought it was his and opened it by mistake. The officers didn't buy it. Turns out, Todd had several complaints against him for suspicious activity in the neighborhood, and this was the last straw. He got fined for theft, and I got an official report that I could use to get refunded for my stolen packages. Oh, and to make things even sweeter, Todd had to spend days trying to get the glitter out of his house. Final update. Todd doesn't talk to me anymore. Actually, he doesn't talk to anyone in the neighborhood now, because after this little incident, a few other neighbors checked their doorbell cameras. Turns out, Todd had been stealing from multiple people. He ended up getting evicted because his landlord, who lives out of state, found out about the police report. Now, whenever I get a package, I smile knowing that Todd is somewhere else, covered in glitter, regretting every life decision that led him to stealing from me. And let me tell you, that is the kind of justice that Amazon Prime can't deliver. Update: my neighbor kept stealing my packages, so I set a trap. Now he's getting evicted. Hey Reddit, I didn't expect this to blow up the way it did. I thought I'd give you all an update because, trust me, this story isn't over yet. Last time, I told you how I caught my neighbor, Todd, stealing my packages using a glitter bomb and a GPS tracker. He tried to report me for harassment, but when the cops showed up, I exposed him. He got fined for theft and humiliated in front of the whole neighborhood. Oh, and his landlord? Not happy. Well, things have escalated since then. Let's just say Todd didn't take the L gracefully. 1. Todd tried to get revenge, and failed miserably. After the whole glitter fiasco, I thought Todd would lay low, maybe even move out quietly. But nope. Instead, he decided to be a petty little gremlin. A few days after the cops left, I noticed something weird. My trash cans kept getting knocked over. I found eggshells and banana peels on my porch. Someone was blasting loud music from Todd's garage late at night. Coincidence? I think not. At first, I ignored it. I figured he was just throwing a tantrum. But then, my car got keyed. That's when I lost my patience. I checked my security camera, which, BTW, I installed right after the glitter bomb incident, and guess who I saw? Todd. At 2 a.m. Walking past my car with something in his hand. I immediately took the footage to the cops. They came by the next day and had a chat with Todd. Todd, being the absolute genius that he is, denied everything. But the police warned him that if I filed a formal complaint, he'd be facing criminal charges. Suddenly, he shut up. 2. Todd's landlord got even more involved. Here's where it gets even better. Todd is a renter, and after the first incident, his landlord was already looking for an excuse to get rid of him. So, when I sent them the car keying footage and mentioned that the police were involved again, they were done. I got an email from the landlord basically saying, "Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Todd has violated his lease agreement, and I will be taking legal action." A week later, Todd got served an eviction notice. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it, right? Oh no. Todd had one last meltdown before leaving. 3. The grand finale, Todd's public freakout. Fast forward to this past weekend. Todd had about a week left before his eviction deadline, and he was not handling it well. On Saturday night, around midnight, he got absolutely wasted in his garage. I was inside watching Netflix when I suddenly heard yelling. I look outside and see Todd stumbling around his driveway, screaming at no one in particular. He was yelling about how the damn HOA was out to get him. We don't even have an HOA. The neighborhood was full of spies. And, my personal favorite, this is all because of that package-stealing bastard. Wonder who he was talking about. Then, the dude straight up punched his own mailbox. I swear, I saw one of my other neighbors peeking through their blinds like it was a reality show. Well, guess what? Someone called the cops. A police car rolled up, and within minutes, Todd was in handcuffs for public intoxication and disturbing the peace. That was the last time I saw him. 4. Todd is officially gone. As of yesterday, Todd has moved out. His landlord sent me a final email thanking me for bringing issues to their attention and assured me that the new tenants would be properly vetted. The best part? He didn't even get his security deposit back. I can finally get packages delivered without fear of them disappearing. My car is safe. The neighborhood is at peace once again. Moral of the story? If your neighbor steals your stuff, hit them where it hurts, with glitter, the law, and a whole lot of patience. And now? I think I'll order something extra nice, just because I can.